G'day, battlers, and today we are doing some Ferocious Cup battles up against It's Smogan Devo. We'll call you Devo for the video just because I feel like it. So we've got the Umbreon mirror match in the lead here. Now we are trying out the Umbreon with just Dark Pulse, no Last Resort. Now foul play is usually the better Dark move, but we're just giving it a go. So he throws the Last Resort at us. Obviously what you want to be doing with the Umbreons because the Dark moves are going to do nothing. So we were kind of hoping to charge up to the Last Resort, throw it, and then maybe he would shield, but there isn't really much reason to burn a shield on Last Resort, so that was kind of a miscalculation on my part. Throws another Last Resort, so we catch that and then switch into Skuntank, because at least Skuntank can do something up against Umbreon. We're charging up to that Sludge Bomb, and he brings in Nidoking now. Now Nidoking is going to be able to counter us pretty well, because we are very weak to ground moves. So we throw the Flamethrower, and because Nidoking isn't super tanky, that Flamethrower does a fair chunk of damage. So we have to shield up this Earth move if we want to keep our Skuntank around. It is an Earth power. Luckily we don't get the debuff. Now we're going to throw the Sludge Bomb here, see if he decides to keep his Nidoking alive or not. Burns the shield to keep him alive. So he's going to be able to get to another Earth power, I think, before we faint him down. So it's whether we're going to burn another shield here and then faint down the Nidoking, hopefully that is. Just going to go with quick moves, down he goes. He's still got a shield, but he brings in the Umbreon. Even if this is the Last Resort, it shouldn't finish us off. And yeah, so we're still able to get a charge move off. Throwing the Sludge Bomb. I'm kind of not sure what I should be running on my Skuntank. I know that PV Poke recommends Crunch and Poison, Sludge Bomb, sorry. But I kind of like Flamethrower, so we'll just see how the month goes. So throwing the Sludge Bomb onto the Umbreon, there's no more shields, he faints us down and he has a little bit of energy, so knowing that, we bring in the Alolan Ninetales, thinking that it shouldn't do too much damage whatever he throws, throws the Last Resort, doesn't do too much, he switches into Minun? It's Minun, right? I think Plusle is the one with the pluses, and I think it's got the red ears, so yeah. He decides to throw the Discharge there. Now, we should have switched into Umbreon quicker. We were trying to, I think, but just didn't work out. So bring in the Umbreon, throw the Dark Pulse, even if he can dish out as much damage as he wants, basically. The fact that he's throwing the Charge move is good, because he's using up his energy. Doesn't actually take out the Umbreon, so just going to charge up. Throw this Dark Pulse, and then he's going to have his Umbreon come in. He comes in, and actually if we can get to this Dark Pulse, which we are able to do, this should finish off that Umbreon, even though it does like no damage. And down it goes the Umbreon. So there you have it, folks. You don't need Last Resort to take down that Umbreon. But you know, obviously Last Resort is something you want, and I will be looking for one later on. So we've got the Bibarel versus Suicune. He does have Snarl, and this is just when I found out that Suicune is so annoying, because just throws the Bubble Beam, my attack is lowered, and that just happens over and over and over. It is just ridiculous, and my attack, like Hyper Fang, would usually be a pretty good move, but he's already got that Bubble Beam off, so it's already reduced. It's going to get off, I'm assuming it's another Bubble Beam here instead of a Hydro Pump, so I don't shield. It is a Bubble Beam, and so my attack is even lower now. He brings in a Alolan Ninetales, and then that's good for us because we can then switch into Skuntank. So, I guess he was trying to keep his Suicune to be able to Bubble Beam other Pokemon, but switch locking yourself into a Charm user when it's just not the greatest move, just because the anti-Charmers are definitely in full force. He burns that first shield on the Sludge Bomb, and he actually is able to take us out, so maybe I don't know the matchups well enough. I mean, Skuntank definitely isn't the perfect counter to Alolan Ninetales. Probably like the weakest counter you could have, but you know, if I was running another anti-Charmer, then actually, he probably just expected the Skuntank. That was probably calculated. So he does throw the Bubble Beam onto Alolan Ninetales, so now I've got two Pokemon left that are both having their attack reduced. Bring in Bibarel to throw this Surf, which will do the super effective damage up against actually not super effective, because he's got, yeah, okay. Never mind, not super effective, but the Water Gun still does a fair chunk of damage. Just going to let Bibarel go down here, because there's not much reason to burn a shield for that minimal health. Obviously, I mean, Nidoking isn't it's not really what we want to see when we've got Alolan Ninetales in. We're going to throw the Psyshock, which will take it out quick smart, because he's got no shields left. In comes the Suicune. Even if he gets off a charge move, we've still got a shield, so going to use that up. And one more Charm, and he should be down. Even with that another Bubble Beam attack debuff, and that is GG's. So yeah, I really do want to try that Suicune with the Bubble Beam because I am really... It's just so annoying. So annoying. It is just a thorn in my foot. I've got Alolan Ninetales vs Umbreon, definitely caught the lead there. He switches into Suicune, and we switch into Bibarel. I guess this is just kind of to tank the Bubble Beams, or at least we were hoping it was a Bubble Beam, but there's the Hydro Pump. Definitely got us there, but luckily it is not very effective, and just like Poliwrath in the Sinister Cup, Hydro Pump only kind of does half health, because that water typing it really just reduces that damage pretty well. So he decides to shield that charge move. I guess he was worried about the Hyper Fang doing a lot of damage, especially without any debuffs. So he throws the Bubble Beam that time. We weren't going to shield though. He's actually got 2 Bubble Beams lined up, so we're definitely just going to let Bibarel go down there. Almost, but can he get a Surf off? And Surf was ready but didn't get it off. Now you bring in Vaporeon because, I don't think he was expecting Vaporeon, and also he's just going to be able to tank the water moves. Unfortunately, he's going to be able to Bubble Beam us, which is not what we want to see. Again, we're just running Aqua Tail on this Vaporeon. We don't have a Last Resort one. I think I've sourced one, so just have to go and pick it up basically, and then we'll be able to Last Resort away with that Vaporeon. So he's getting off another charge move. Just going to let it come through. It's just a water move no matter what it is, and it is just Bubble Beam, so... He's getting off another one. Just leave my attack alone, man. Just let me do some damage. So yeah, finally down he goes. We've got Aqua Tail, but it's basically going to do nothing at this point. He brings in Umbreon. Now look how little this Aqua Tail will do after being like, what was it, triple debuffed? That is nothing. I may as well have just kept action. Look at how little Water Gun's doing. Vaporeon is just useless at this point. I'm just lucky that he decided to use his energy there because there was no reason he had to do that. So we switch into Alolan Ninetales, and so he brings in Aggron, supposedly as a Ninetales counter, but it isn't really a great one because I know Psyshock isn't going to do much damage, but Charm is kind of chunking it down way faster than it's doing damage to me. And especially because we have shields, we can shield up the heavy slams. Yeah, we're just going to charm him down, I think. Oh, we might throw the Psyshock to try and burn a shield. Again, shielding up for the second heavy slam. And so Aggron's got Dragon Tail as the quick move, I think. So it's mainly for energy generation. It's not really doing much damage, especially not doing damage to Alolan Ninetales. So we're actually going to be able to charm down Aggron here. We were thinking of doing a sneaky switch to catch the next heavy slam, but it turns out we didn't even need to. And now we've got Alolan Ninetales versus Umbreon. This is pretty much GG's. We're going to be able to charm away, throw the Psyshock, and this will do some hefty damage. I'm not the best at that Psychic charge move at this point, but yeah, just charm, and he's going to faint down our Alolan Ninetales here. Then we're going to bring in the Vaporeon. Actually, maybe we're not going to be able to pull this off. I know this isn't going to do much, but will it do enough? Dun, 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 and we are able to faint down. And you can see the timer up the top there. We actually hit the 0 marker. So another second and we could have hit a timer, but you know, that Bubble Beam does slow the game down, I think. But we've got Suicune versus Skuntank here. Unfortunately, we're only running Hydro Pump, which is definitely something I want to change. I probably won't be trying out Suicune again until I do have that double move. Because it's just really necessary. A lot of the matchups, as you might have heard, is kind of dependent on shield baiting, which is kind of important. So we do throw the Hydro Pump here, hope that he doesn't shield, but he does decide to shield that. So we're going to try and get to a second one, and we are able to get to a second one. So he's really trying to feint us down. Now he has to decide whether he wants to double shield his Skuntank, and he doesn't, which is absolutely devastating. Skuntank is just almost dead. He is going to be able to get a charge move onto whatever we throw in, so we're just kind of thinking, what do we want to tank the charge move? It's probably going to be a Sludge Bomb. We bring in Bibarel, and it's actually a Crunch, but one Water Gun, and he's down anyway. So we're on one shield. He's got the switch advantage, though. He brings in Minun, and this isn't great because we are running this double water lineup. Now, I really should have shielded there. I don't know why I didn't, because now we're just stuck with Vaporeon, whereas at least Umbreon... I just feel like I should have shielded up, thrown the Surf because I had the energy ready to go, whereas bringing in Vaporeon, I would have had to charge up new energy. I don't know. I guess I would have shielded later on with Vaporeon anyway. Yeah. I think I just prefer Bibarel. I probably won't be bringing Vaporeon onto my Ferocious Cup team. I've got a little bit of lag here, just waiting for that charge move to come through. Come on, you wouldn't send it, huh? You wouldn't? Yeah, okay, there it comes. Now, we saw this before, how little Aquatail did. We've got more lag though, so just... It's basically GG's at this point though. We know that there's nothing we can do. Vaporeon isn't going to be able to take down the Umbreon. And then we've got Minun in the back who's going to be able to finish us off too. Even with a shield, there's no point using it, so just foul play, down we go, and that is GG's. So thank you, Devo, for the battles. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Wait a minute, hold on, don't go yet, because you have to check out his channel. Now, his channel is in the description below, and it's going to be showing up on one of these bubbles right about now. So yeah, check him out, subscribe to him, tell him PvP stuff you sent ya. Then also just spam all of his videos with that. Don't actually do that unless he wants it, because, I don't know, comments, YouTube algorithm, all that stuff. You should also comment on this video. You know, spam this comment section. Do that. Yeah.